And yes, you've clicked on the right video. 10 most depressing jobs in 2026. Low happiness, but high stress and burnout. I'm not going to waste your time, so let's jump right into it. Caregiver/home health care aide. The salary is $30,000 to $55,000 per year. Being a caregiver is one of the most meaningful jobs in the world, yes, but it can also be one of the most emotionally exhausting jobs. Caregivers spend their days helping people who may be elderly, disabled, sick, or unable to care for themselves. The emotional challenge comes from constantly giving support while sometimes receiving very little support in return. And many caregivers experience compassion fatigue, where they become emotionally exhausted from constantly caring for others. So the work can also be physically demanding. Warehouse worker. The salary starts at $35,000 and it goes up to $65,000 per year. Warehouse workers keep the world moving behind the scenes. Every package delivered, every product shipped, and every online order fulfilled often depends on their work. But the job can become mentally and physically exhausting. Many warehouse employees deal with repetitive tasks, strict productive goals, long hours standing, and physically demanding work. The pressure to meet quotas can create stress, especially when workers feel like they are treated more like numbers than people. Another challenge is limited career growth in some warehouse positions, which can lead to frustration over time. While some people enjoy the routine and structure, others find the repetitive environment very draining. And when stress comes not from physical work, but from dealing with people all day long, we get our next career. Retail sales associate. The salary starts at $30,000 and it goes up to $55,000 per year. Retail workers are often the face of a company, but they frequently deal with some of the toughest parts of customer service. Every day can involve handling complaints, angry customers, unrealistic expectations, and pressure to hit sales goals. So many retail employees report feeling emotionally exhausted because they must remain positive and friendly even during difficult interactions. Another challenge is unpredictable schedules, including nights, weekends, and holidays. So for many workers, the biggest frustration is the emotional labor required does not always match the pay or recognition they receive. However, retail can teach valuable skills like communication, sales, and problem solving. But when customer interactions become nonstop and the pressure increases, the emotional toll can become even greater. And that brings us to one of the most stressful customer-facing careers. And that is customer service representative/call center agent. Salary $35,000 to $60,000 per year. Customer service representatives are paid to solve problems, but they are often placed in situations where customers are already frustrated. Imagine spending 8 hours a day handling complaints, technical issues, angry conversations, and strict performance metrics. Over time, this constant emotional pressure can lead to, obviously, burnout. And many call centers employees experience stress from having every interaction monitored, measured, and evaluated. So the repetitive nature of the job can also make employees feel disconnected from their work. However, strong communicators can use this experience as a stepping stone into management, sales, or corporate sales. And speaking of careers where every day brings new emotional challenges, our next job involves helping people during some of their hardest moments. And we have social worker. The salary starts at $55,000 and it goes up to $75,000 per year. Social workers dedicate their careers to helping people overcome some of life's most difficult situations. They work with families, they work with children, people just experiencing poverty, abuse, addiction, homelessness, and mental health challenges. The emotional weight of constantly hearing difficult stories can be overwhelming. Many social workers experience compassion fatigue because they carry the struggles of the other people they serve, because usually these people are very empathetic. And another major challenge is high caseloads, limited resources, and feeling like they cannot always provide the help people need. So despite these challenges, many social workers report high levels of meaning and purpose because their work directly changes lives. But when helping people involves life or death situations, the emotional pressure becomes even more intense. And that leads us to our next career. Emergency medical technician, EMT. The salary starts at $40,000 and it goes up to $65,000 per year. So EMTs are often the first people to arrive during emergencies. They respond to accidents, medical crises, injuries, and life-threatening situations. The stress comes from having to make quick decisions while people are experiencing some of their worst moments in life. So EMTs may witness trauma, serious injuries, and even death. So the unpredictable schedule, overnight shifts, and physical demands can also contribute to burnout. However, many EMTs love the adrenaline. They love the teamwork aspect and feeling that they are making a real difference in people's lives. But for some professionals, the emotional pressure does not end after responding to emergencies. It continues inside the workplace every single day. Correctional officer. The salary starts at $50,000 and it continues up to $80,000 per year. Correctional officers work in one of the most challenging environments imaginable. Their work requires maintaining safety and order inside prisons and correctional facilities. The daily stress comes from managing unpredictable situations, conflicts, and safety concerns. So many officers experience emotional exhaustion because they must constantly remain alert. The work environment can also involve isolation, negative public perception, and high levels of responsibility. Although the salary and benefits can be strong here, many people struggle with mental demands of the profession. And now we move into a career that impacts millions of people every day, but has seen increasing levels of burnout, unfortunately. Teachers. Salary starts at $50,000 to $85,000 per year. Teaching is often considered one of the most meaningful professions, but it is also one of the most challenging. Teachers are responsible not only for education, but also classroom management, emotional support, paperwork, meetings, and communication with families. So many teachers report feeling overwhelmed because expectations continue increasing, while resources may feel limited. So the emotional challenge comes from caring deeply about students while dealing with stress, large class sizes, and long working hours. So many teachers spend evenings and weekends preparing lessons, grading, and planning. So despite the challenges, teachers often describe their work as incredibly rewarding because they help shape future generations. But the next career combines emotional stress, physical demands, and constant responsibility. CNA, nursing assistant. Salary starts at $35,000 and it goes up to $55,000 per year. So nursing assistants provide some of the most essential care in healthcare. They help patients with daily activities, monitor their condition, and provide comfort during difficult moments. However, the job can be extremely demanding. So CNAs often deal with long shifts, physically demanding tasks, understaffing, and emotionally difficult situations. Many care for patients who are seriously ill, elderly, or near the end of life. So the combination of physical exhaustion and emotional responsibility can lead to high burnout rates. Yet many CNAs stay because they find deep meaning in helping vulnerable people. But the number one most emotionally draining job on our list takes all of these challenges and combines them with constant uncertainty and pressure. Number one, journalist/news reporters. Salary starts at $45,000 and it goes up to $80,000 a year. Journalism can be an incredibly meaningful career, but it also is one of the most stressful. Reporters often work under intense deadlines while covering difficult topics such as crime, disasters, politics, and tragedies. So the pressure to constantly produce news stories can lead to burnout. Many journalists they also face instability, long hours, criticism from the public, and the challenge of maintaining accuracy under deep pressure. The emotional toll comes from repeatedly being exposed to negative events while trying to tell important stories. And despite these challenges, many journalists continue because they believe their work informs society and holds people accountable. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this content and found it valuable, please consider liking the video, commenting, and subscribing for more career insights.